Yes. Good morning and welcome to this impromptu broadcast of Samadhi Game. We're
back to high school and college. I said this music makes me nervous because I'm really not coordinated when it comes to stepping. 1, 2. I even get that one wrong. Heel toe, heel toe.
The newness, the new way of walking. Can you imagine? Walking down the aisle to get your diploma, holding out your hand and receiving that diploma, and being honored by the entire crowd of spectators.
Turning around, trying not to giggle.
Walking in and then walking off the stage, into a completely new life. A brand new way of being.
Expecting to have a job right away.
Or, at least the idea of finding a way to give your gift in this world. How amazing that is these days. But we're here to tell you today to find your gift. And and I wanted to just say, an aside here. The new world, walking into the new world. Well, you are looking at the new world of Samadhi Game presentation. We have a new format for our screen images. I hope you enjoy them today as we sort of cycle through them.
This up
here. We have a little logo and up there, and we have another little banner at the bottom indicating everyone should be aware of our 8 days of Samadhi, June 11 through 18. Even if you don't plan on coming in person and being part of the fun party that we're having, I think I'm going to start calling it. It's not a retreat. It's not a class. It's a party.
Every time.
It's a party.
Wherever you are, it's a party. And
we want to make it fun for everyone. And we want to integrate the highest spiritual concepts with fun. We want to, so that now that you've seen the screen, the fun screen, see how nice the nice little wiggly area around where we're sitting, the angled view of you. See how you kind of look a little bit, distorted because of the angle. But it's kind of fun. All of that was fun. And then here is welcome to Samadhi Game. I had a lot of fun putting this together.
On Mother's Day.
On Mother's Day, yes. And
well, I was luxuriating.
So this is another view of...
and we have to... Well, yes, that's it. That's true. We were just going to talk about the West Coast and those fires.
Yes,
and we found out 2 punky teenagers are starting fires right now.
Yes. What I was going to say is we want to give prayers and invocations.
You said that yesterday. You said, "Oh my gosh, somebody's starting those fires."
Well, it's not hard to figure out with how dry it is and how interested in.
Should I turn off the
in the kitchen maybe? How interested people are in young people are in wild experiences and. Angry, I imagine they are with the way things are in today's world. It's going to come out somewhere, and it just seems like you put 1 and 2 together, and someone's starting these fires, and it's likely teenagers. Unfortunately, we need to reach out and find a way to allow our teenagers. And actually, this is a very linked idea for today's presentation. But if we can inspire our teenagers to live in their gift, their real, strong, personal, unique gift that they have to give, rather than this cog in a machine, which most of our educational systems were designed back at the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, designed to create worker bees. Not designed to create unique thinking individuals, which we all are at our core. So the difference between those educational systems and our core spiritual truth is so great that it's causing this disconnect, and that's, I think, a lot of the reason for the anger and the frustration that the youth of the world feels with today's world. So if we can somehow apply a pressure of this new way. I don't know exactly what I'm even saying, but it's about this, about applying a pressure of a new way of thinking, a new way of thought, of giving confidence to the individual being, the uniqueness of the individual being. And so comes Samadhi Game. Samadhi Game, this great compilation of mandalas of sound that one can enter into and stimulate their original unique beingness. And I know Samadhi Game is a structure. And
prayer.
A structure of prayer, a structure of sounding prayer. But it takes an individual heart, the uniqueness of each individual's heart, to give these prayers with that unique quality that is yours. And by doing that, by practicing that, the heart will expand and individuality come forth, and the need to start fires diminish, except for the fire of giving your gift gone, the fire of your passion, the fire of your courage to live outside the normal bounds of society, which must be changed today. We must have our young people raising themselves up to a point where they can change all of the erroneous and outworn patterns of living that we have created as older generations. So these younger, we want to get these younger generations to a point where they can change things without anarchy.
Yeah.
But with thoughtful integration and giving of their gift, rather than fighting with an old system that will only beget more of the fight. Fighting with, a new way of thinking, fighting with an old way of thinking just creates more of confusion and anxiety and frustration. It doesn't bring solutions. For a solution, you have to lift up and get to another octave of existence. And you are young ones out there. You are graduating from all levels of education. You are the hope of the future. You are the bright ones shining. And as much as Robbie and I can reach out to you and encourage you to live your full life, that we will do.
But still within rules.
Yes, we have to know that there are all these rules that are in place. I know how frustrating they are. But make do with them, and at the same time craft your unique gift in such a way that it can be given with an edge to it. So it pushes at that membrane of the old system and expands it, enlivens the possibility of a new world of social, medical, educational, all realms of living can be expanded and enhanced rather than destroyed outright. We don't need to destroy. At some point, if we don't do this, then the destruction will come. But if we work now constructively to build into our systems integration with this divine source, this unique individual identity, which is the new way of spirituality now, breaking forth upon the planet, as it's breaking forth in Samadhi Game as well, it can have a dramatic effect. So I hope instead of going on and on and on.
Today we're going to plant again.
Yes.
Even though Mother Nature destroyed, we're going to bring it up again.
We're going to try and try and try again.
Even though it's destroyed, we're not going to blame. Why? Why? We're just going to lay down and say we're all destroyed. Mother Nature has killed us. No. We're just going to say, let's do it again.
Let's get it.
We will rebuild. What is going on? What is it? It's a life of its own. Oh, my.
You just have to push a little button.
No, I have to stop. I have to calm down.
Our computer is showing different screens, and Robbie's getting excited over it. Here is Samadhi Game.
Yay.
Let me take us to it.
It came up on its own.
Well, no, I had to push a button, and that's why it came up.
I'm amused in the smallest things.
Yeah, but I love it. I love it. Wow, it was really great. Samadhi Game just opened up and its application on the screen. And it is a colorful application. Here it is. Let's go to Samadhi Game. I'll go ahead and see if I can straighten it out a little bit for you so you can see it a little bit better on the screen. Let me do that right now. Let me pull it over like this. And there's our new, sort
nice
of unique way of presenting Samadhi Game. That's right there. Let's get it all lined up nice. There, and state the. It's pretty close. Okay. Let's go on and give some of these mantras here.
But you can remove the advertisement?
Yeah, I can. I can remove the advertisement. Okay. Let me go ahead and remove that for now. And let's go on. Let's give these mantras. As we give these mantras, let's give them from the heart. Let's give them each with our own unique, individualized heart identity. And pray that this heart identity expands throughout all of the world, especially Southern California right now, where all these fires are blazing, and the East Coast, where water is inundating. So let's bring some balance back to life by bringing the balance back to ourselves. Go ahead, you start.
O glorious shadowless light of eternity,
that brilliance of I Am Samadhi, shining in the void as 10,000 suns, descend, 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 as the tangible substance of loving splendor, dazzling intelligence and palpable power, for all to absorb and identify with, as the full and only authority throughout the earth, the boundless treasure house of the universe, and our infinite I Am Samadhi, of scintillating fire and dazzling light. That I am. I release the power of mastery without limit now, revealing the self and flooding forth perfect miracles and all activities, bringing to pass the enlightenment of the ages, and letting every being on earth sense and surrender to the intimacy of this light. Everywhere, the fullness of this self expanding is love, wisdom, and joy forever. Now, great songs of praise and gratitude burst forth from the heart of humanity for that silent splendor poured out to all. Now, pure love rose forth from the heart of the secret love star, drenching the earth with the glory and ecstasy of golden pink liquid light. Now, the oneness of supreme love, wisdom, and blazing joy overwhelms this whirl of duality in its glowing orb of transmutation, reconciliation, and dominion, making of terror a smiling sun of all-powerful, limitless light, casting no shadow, and in which only that absolute perfection can forever dwell. Now, I am limitless gifts of all good things, anointing the earth with abundance, healing, and happiness for all mankind. O presence of the shadowless light from out the great silence, we identify with thee now. I am the elation and exhilaration, freedom and liberation of this eternal experience and gnosis of Samadhi, its ecstatic hearing, blissful feeling,
cosmic scent,
sublime taste, immaculate vision, holding all safely within that compassionate diamond heart forever. I intensify this feeling tone of I am shadowless light, in acknowledgement, acceptance, and awareness, surrender, devotion, and adoration for this state of knowing that, this all-pervading I Am Samadhi, the intelligence of the heart that is divine illumination. Now here's your opportunity to state a name for yourself, which is in alliance with that unique divine gift-given gone that you have to give. I, the Ascended Master Gregory Donald Brinkley, living super yogi brilliance, giving away Samadhi Game, and being inspired with all forms of yoga and enlightenment,
am awake,
as is the Ascended Master Jesus, to this shadowless light, its feeling tone and state of knowing, that I am that never sleeps and enjoys all, now and forever. I have to say, when we give these mantras, it takes a lot of courage in order to actually even say these. You read through these mantras, and
yes.
When you first read through them, if you're not familiar with the idea of it and why it's being said, the philosophy of it and all of that, you can say, "Oh, sure, yeah, come on." How can I live to that level of consciousness? Oh yeah, why would I even bother? Well. That takes courage. It takes courage to step out and say, I'm going to do this thing. So Samadhi Game can help us to develop that courage by giving us a form to practice with. and it's kind of a far out form. But come on and join us. Let's go ahead and give another mantra.
Let's do one to stop the fires on the West Coast.
Okay. Let's first do a pillar of light about us, surrounding us, a pillar of light rather than a pillar of fire today. Well, the pillar of light is a pillar of fire, really. But let's give this opening pillar of light, this pillar of the world, and see ourselves and all of Southern California, all of the people in Southern California, all of their homes surrounded by this pillar of light, the pillar protecting them from the onrush of these flames, destroying so many lives, so many dreams, so much effort, so much time put into the preparation of their sacred space, their homes, their apartments, wherever they're living, their parks, their national forests. Come on, let's give it.
Sublime
I am Samadhi that I am, enfolding me now in that mighty, magic, electronic pillar of cosmic light substance. My identification with its magnificent humility and thoughtful creativity, so powerful and complete, that I artfully and magically alter every polarity with healing unity. Within this majestic pillar of light blazes that love as the violet, compassionate flame, in, through, and around my etheric, mental, emotional, and physical bodies, effortlessly dissolving, consuming, transmuting, and reconciling the dualities of my human ego, charging my world and all I contact with the tangible substance, living awareness, and conscious activity, the presence and superconscious samadhi of all enlightened beings, liberated and ascended masters, seeing, feeling, and hearing this light as it shines, radiates, and resonates within me as a visible pillar of the world, stabilized, supported, and sustained by the brilliant, elegant One, and infinitely sensitive to that invulnerable state of divine I Am Samadhi. Eternity is my home. I do all that is necessary to actualize this ever-fresh realization and organize my life around it. Yesterday we went, it did so much.
Yesterday we played hide and go seek.
Sorry about that. I clicked on the wrong screen.
How do you feel today after all that?
I feel good. Good. What was done, I had to have a little procedure done to eliminate some pain from my knee to my hip that only occurs at night when I sleep. And this particular procedure was really great. And the test of it was, well, whether or not it's going to do the work is, well, go to bed. Lay like you normally do in order to generate that pain. And that way is to hold my honey here close to me, put my arms around her and sidle up close, and then on my side here, and then my right leg usually gets the first effect, and I have to let go at a certain point and turn over. Now, I just hold on. So it's better. But we had a big day, and one of the things that we did yesterday is we attended Dante's final band presentation. It was a magnificent presentation.
Yeah.
They had all the different grades of orchestra and band present, jazz band, orchestra, band, and everyone was in the same group, and they played separately, and then they played together. And they had a special presentation from the East Mountain Choral Group, where a lot of the students from the East Mountain music classes.
And they did a cappella.
And they do a cappella, and they do these beautiful harmonies.
Oh, yeah.
With each other, and they were so noble and so strong. And the ones that stood out, they're all young. They're all
6th to 8th grade.
They're all new at this, and they don't really know the dimensions and depth of the singing profession and the singing way of mastery as of yet, but they're trying.
Memorization.
They memorized all their songs, and they stood there and they sang with full-throated voice. They gave courage to their presentation. There was one person that sang a little bit, and I thought, oh, just a little stronger. It was good nonetheless, but I was urging from my heart, thinking, just give it to us. Give it to us, really let it fly. Let the bellows out, and Samadhi game, with our mantras of sound, allow us to, let the bellows out. And so when we give the mantras, feel the resonance down into your belly. Feel the resonance down into your root chakra. Feel the resonance down, to your tips of your fingers and toes, top of your head. And by doing that and speaking in such a way that you get that resonance, and the reason I'm saying this is I really like the way that you're giving these mantras this morning.
Well, that green tea is the strongest thing. I packed the tea ball. You can taste the tannins almost, and it's not supposed to have.
So this is the graduation. This as we graduate, we step forward with courage. We get up there on that podium and go, thank you. I deserve this graduate diploma, and take it. And
then go get that job right away while you're got all that courage and gust. Take that pride.
Take it. Always in movies, whenever they're showing some sort of a success seminar, the person who's always at the lead of the success seminar is always going, and what are you going to do? And the audience is supposed to say, take it! Take it! And it reminds me too. Even my dad said this to my sister when she came up to her the potential of finding of being offered a role in Chicago on Broadway, and she came home and she said, "Dad, what do I do? Should I really? I don't know. Should I do this? Am I up for this?" And Dad just said two words to her. He said, "Take it."
Oh.
At the time, he had very little voice. He had to put a little plug in this thing that he had in his throat. He put it in, and he had to hold the little thing over it, and he goes, "Take it."
Oh. Mm-hmm.
That inspired her. So, go forward. Take it. Take your unique divine identity. Have the courage to step forth into your graduation. I was so proud of Elliot the other night. Now, her graduation is this Sunday. And so we're looking forward to that graduation and those moments of honor and accolade that come to these students. But when she gave her
dissertation,
her senior dissertation
of what she learned in high school,
of what she learned and how she brought it together, and
she likened herself to a butterfly, pupa, right?
Yes, and she was so, I thought, so courageous as she went forth. In her imaging of herself moving forward from high school into college, I was really taken by her willingness to step out.
How she was influenced by, at first she was influenced by, what to dress like and how to be one of the others, and she was...
these are the years of high school that she went through.
And that she wanted to wear the best makeup, the best clothes, and now she started to spread her wings. She's a butterfly.
I love it when you spread your wings.
And now she realizes that she does have a pair of, Birkenstocks.
Oh, she
but
loves
she's
trees.
Constantly in trees. She's like, I just wish there was a
earth.
job that I could climb trees.
Well, she's going for it. She's going to Fort Lewis College, which is known for their environmental awareness.
She had to come over the other night to get her neck adjusted because she was in a tree and her hair got
caught on a limb,
stuck in a Y, and her hair's down to her butt.
It really is long and beautiful. Anyway, so let's go on and give another mantra. What did you want to do? You wanted to give the transmutation. Let's give those mantras that bring us to that transmute the reason. One of the reasons things happen outwardly is to affect when they could be happening inwardly, is it affects change, even though it may have been wrongly started by someone with a wrong motive. Nonetheless, when things happen, they do happen for reasons bigger than we can imagine. And one of the ways that we have to change our lives for the better is to immerse ourselves in the fire of transmutation. So I'm taking us to, I can find it here. Oh, it's farther back. I'm so sorry, taking so long. Taking ourselves to this fire of transmutation. And if we transmute from within out, then the outward doesn't have to change so violently in upheaval. We don't have to have floods and fires. And look at this, floods and fires at the same time. On the East Coast and on the West Coast, almost
and drought in the middle.
And just
hail and rain in the center.
And outrageous, temperature fluctuations here in the middle of the country. From 80 degrees one day to 15 degrees the next morning.
Yeah.
Amazing temperature fluctuations, and the plants are just all the plants,
Loss
whether
of
they're
sea life in
burned,
the
whether they're
Atlantic.
flooded away, or whether they just can't maintain themselves within the continuum of temperature gradient that they're given. We're losing so much of our natural resources.
Loss of Antarctic.
Oh, the ice sheet.
Ice shield.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
The loss of the sharks coming close to into the intercoastal, going up the rivers in Ohio.
Oh, the rivers.
Yeah.
I saw that in the
Sharks.
rivers. Oh my God.
The snails and the starfish going into gelatinous substances. Minnows and anchovies and sardines dying from lack of oxygen. We have to stop
Let's release the light of ruby ray and violet compassionate transmutation. Let's release it from our hearts. Let's find it in our hearts. And then let's release it as loving kindness, as active willingness to move in places and things that change things. Our offering, what I feel my biggest offering is the giving of these Samadhi game mantras, because this is what I'm hoping will move forward and change the planet to some degree, from an inward perspective outward, and help to fortify this courage so that we can graduate into this next beautiful world that's destined to come forth, this new world. Come on, let's go ahead and give these mantras. The ruby ray power and violet compassionate transmutation. You start.
Adorable
I am Samadhi that I am. That supreme ruler of ruby ray power and the unconditional love of the violet flame that dispassionately dissolves, consumes, transmutes, and reconciles all phases of the wheel of karma in pure enjoyment. In resonant formation with the ascended Paramhansa Yogananda, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada,
and Hans Baba,
Sir Laugh-A-Lot, Saint Germain and Portia. Wait, I got to just emphasize Sir Laugh-A-Lot. Despite the seriousness and the gravity of the situation on the planet today, we have to continue with the legions, become legions of Sir Laugh-A-Lot. Saint Germain and Portia, Elohim, Arcturus and Victoria,
Archangel Zadkiel and
Holy Amethyst, Omritas, ruler of the violet planet, the great cosmic light and mighty lords of the flame from Venus, the hierarchs of the elements, earth, air, fire, water, and Akasha, Virgo and Pelor, Aries and Thor, Prince Ramesses and Diana, Neptune, Laura, and Zeus and Tara. Let's give the names of these hierarchs of the elemental beings of earth, air, fire, and water again, invoking their presence close. These are the very beings, these magnificent ethereal beings that tend to move the forces of nature in a harmonious way. And as we call to them and as we give our devotion to their names, they can come forth more into our world. Come on. Virgo and Pelor, Aries and Thor, Prince Ramesses and Diana, Neptune and Lavar, and Zeus and Tara. Virgo and Pelor, Aries and Thor, Prince Ramesses and Diana, Neptune and Laura, Zeus and Tara. Earth, air, fire, water, and Akasha. I fly towards the secret sky of ruby ray power, violet compassionate transmutation, and cause 100 veils of illusion to fall each moment. As Portia, Saint Germain, Claire de Lys, Linello, El Moria, Kathumi, and the Mahachohan, I say, thus far but no further. I release the transfiguring action of ruby ray power
and the measureless mercy
of
of
the violet flame into the cause, effect, record, and memory of that tempting and tormenting ego, including the fears and the desires of fire and flood. It is what?
We don't want to have a desire for flood.
We don't, but the fact that they're here means that we do.
But what's the opposite?
Well, fires and floods are the opposites, and fires and floods are harmonies.
Okay.
Harmonies. It is transmuted and consumed on the instant in love and harmonies. I will it done by the power of love and harmonies. I open and charge the golden pink radiance of divine love in its most powerful dynamic activity into the world and all mankind, and into the world of my mind, feelings, and body, my home and all my spiritual, sexual, social, recreational, romantic, personal, family, domicile, dietary, health, medical, career, financial, business, political, and legal affairs. All compassionate I am Samadhi, that I am. I am the eternal, complete, and unconditional forgiveness and command of all dual human ego created down the corridors of past, present, and future. All transmuting I am Samadhi, that I am. I open through me now that violet consuming flame of divine love and compassion. I identify and surrender my human self-concern and all patterns and habits of duality, appetites and illusion, fears and desires of floods and fire. I dissolve and transmute them all, cause, effect, record, and memory, past, present, and future. I replace them all with the fullness of myself, including harmonies, that state of perfect samadhi,
held with full dominion,
here and now and forever. As the all-seeing I am of Samadhi, my very own neutral witness and silent watcher of all mankind. Elohim Cyclopeia, the great karmic board in Saint Germain. I search the entire karmic record of all my past lives and its presentation in this life now. I identify, transmute, and transform all latent and or active returning mental, emotional, physical, and astrological debts and patterns deprived of frozen children such as fires and floods, and any the frozen children of angers, of resentments, anything that would cause shocks to the system that would cause children to feel that they are unable to move forward and graduate into mature individuals that have a gift that can change the world, that can be world changing. Each child has the ability to change the world. And we have to find a way to change our system now that can give these children the idea that they can change the world. They are responsible for changing the world. We have to believe that the changes that they bring forth, that the ideas that they bring forth are valuable.
They have to have self-worth.
And we have to look beyond our
being told
habits and of selfishness, that we even us spiritually enlightened generations that are beyond the new generations coming forth, who's presumably spiritually on, we have to really bow ourselves to the many ideas, the new ideas that the consciousness of these young people are bringing forth that we would have never thought of, that we would have never allowed.
Yeah.
They're seeing
things.
Well,
a lot of these people take their ideas and use them as their own.
Yes, they do.
Give us your ideas, and then we'll steal them.
And they steal them. We have to really find a way that we can promote this graduation of all humanity, including especially our youth, into this higher realm of thinking of themselves as, I'll say it, Christ's, Krishna's, Buddha's, divine mothers and fathers, neutral witnesses to the entire changing environment of this planet, and bring forth this great and buoyant life that can be lived for everyone. Let's go on. Seemingly affecting any person, place, condition, process, or thing I have ever wronged at any time, including all of our enemies. Whoever you think are your enemies, the Russians, the Chinese, the
family members.
The blacks, the whites. That's another whole thing that's going on now.
That prejudice thing.
The prejudice thing. The whole thing.
Even not prejudiced. It's just
ignorance.
Whoever besides yourself.
Yep.
Sometimes you even hate yourself.
Yes.
There you go. Stop hating yourself.
Let's do it right now.
Self-love. That is self-love.
And when you find yourself in an argument with yourself or your loved one, just choose to move on.
Just go outside and change the thought process.
Go to
My friend Johanna used to say, "Turn the page." Change your thought process.
Go to a chapel and find the belfry, at the empty belfry, and walk up there and
become afraid of a height, and then you just lose the thought process. What was I saying? You just forget that you were in a fight. We weren't fighting.
No. We weren't.
It's the opposite.
Just the opposite. We're loving. So let's go on. Pass through this frozen child process, which is wonderful to use as a way to accelerate your transmutation, and by doing so, allowing more transmutation on the planet as a whole. Ask these questions of yourself. Pointers for the process. Look through these things. Get your own copy of Samadhi Game at samadhigame.com. Download it. It's free. Free. What is Samadhi Game?
Free. If it's free, it's for me. That was my mantra when I was first an apprentice at Lakari. I was making like $200 a week or something in an apartment in New York City. It was 3 of us living in the same place. Okay.
I am the full understanding and complete self-mastery over the cause and cause of these so-named conditions of seeming limitations, as well as all seeming yet to be named. You have to believe that you got an eye on this thing. Whatever it is, this difficulty that you're going through of floods and famine or floods and fires. By the law of forgiveness and grace that I am, I see clearly into the shells of the dual human ego consciousness and its resulting situations. I am the ruby ray power and violet compassionate transmutation, blazing through the cause, effect, or record and memory of these snakeskins. Here and now, reconciling limitations born from fear and desire, and ascending to the perfection of my unique I am presence, samadhi, and sexual essence, as the omniscient yoga of oneness that I am. I reach into the storehouse of the causal body with my great and loving arms of light, drawing forth 10 times more substance of life than was misqualified. Of that life substance I fashion a unique healing form of the sacred fire, a perfectly suited antidote for each shadowy shape, process, and condition. I send it forth this instant to balance tenfold every debt to every part of life. I give thanks and I accept it done this hour in full power as the omnipotent purpose that I am. I dissolve, consume, transmute, and reconcile all karmic momentums of my past, present, and future, all distorted shapes of duality, doubts, fears, desires, and seeming forces of opposition within my own world and cross-currents of the human ego throughout the earth. It's a big mouthful.
I now cast all
shadowy shapes created of the dual human ego, cause, effect, or record of memory, into the boiling sea and consuming fire of forgiveness, reconciling, replacing, and depolarizing, healing and making art of the frequencies of the dual human ego with the eternal, perfect, and ascended shape and feeling tone of the healthy, playful, and creative I am Samadhi. I flash ruby ray power and violet lightning of divine love through all my spiritual, sexual, social, recreational, romantic, personal, family, domicile, dietary, health, medical, career, financial, business, political, and legal affairs. As the omnipresent devoid of eternity that I am, I capture the brains, bodies, and consciousness of every individual associated with these affairs, including all the people in the East Coast and the West Coast fighting fires and floods, all of our children, all of our youth graduating, all of our teachers, all of our administrators everywhere, all of our politicians that are responsible for wielding power and creating systems that can adjudicate the love that we express from our heart beautifully and harmoniously on this planet. Producing that purity, purpose, perfection, protection, and pointed direction I illumine them all by the light of that truth, dharma, and authenticity. Keep that light forever self-sustained in the eternal glory and victory of that love. By the power, the activity, and the authority, the omniscience, omnipotence, and omnipresence that I am, I speak to my untransmuted karma, and to every discordant or limiting condition, judgment, deprived, or frozen child that would seek to repolarize and imbalance my dual human ego, including the fears and the desires of fires and floods. Dissolve, consume, and transmute and reconcile by the ruby ray and their radiant violet light of harmonious graduation. Dissolve, consume, transmute, and reconcile by the ruby ray and their radiant violet light of harmonious graduation. Dissolve, consume, transmute, and reconcile by the ruby ray and their radiant violet light of harmonious graduation. I see you in process and perfect now. My world is filled overflowing with the balance, perfection, and presence of I am Samadhi. I strip from you, O thou noble appearance of duality,
all power to
limit me, to harm or to disturb me, to judge, confuse, or intimidate me, past, present, or future. I walk henceforth as a quenchless fire.
Good.
Of the shining void, and I know nothing. I do not know, and hence I am free. I am now and forever free. Can you imagine? That's what you have to do when you walk forward into that flame. You don't know anything, but you have faith. You have trust. You know that the only thing that you know is I am that I am. This unique individual identity burning as a fire on your heart saying, step forward into the unknown, please. Step forward into the unknown, please.
Because why? Grass is green?
Because you have something to give. You can define the space of unknown with this point of consciousness that you know to be noble, true, wise, loving.
What did Elliot call you the other night?
Child of love.
What did Elliot call you the other night? This truth seeker.
Oh, she called me a truth seeker.
In front of everybody. My dad, the truth seeker. Aw. You're so cute.
And so I share my truth seeking with everyone through Samadhi Game. And Robbie and I share our love with everyone through Samadhi Game. So whether it's love, truth, or power, and we share our power through Samadhi Game. The power part of Samadhi Game is all the organization that it took to make these broadcasts possible. All of the determination to set aside time on a regular basis for these broadcasts. That's power. That's power. The love is the passion that infuses you, that says, I must do this.
Last night we were trying, but we had no bandwidth.
Yeah, we tried last night to stay on schedule. We tried 3 or 4 times. You might have tuned in at some of those failed tries to broadcast. But
wouldn't get up.
And then after 3 or 4 times of tries, we thought, well, let's just try in the morning again.
Yeah, and it's good.
And it worked great. So we want to thank you for coming. Go get your free downloads. Free.
Free is for me.
Free is for me. And at samadhigame.com. And come to our websites, Robbie Nicole Brinkley and Gregory Donald Brinkley on Facebook. Go to Samadhi Game Tribe on Facebook. Let's be a tribe. Let's be a fun group of people together. Let's stay, focused with the movement forward into the graduating ourselves and our children into the new age.
Do these verbal mandalas.
In the verbal mandalas of sound. That
it's proven.
That show you and tell your lower consciousness where you want to go.
But it's proven that Japanese guy puts those...
Oh, it's absolutely proven. Proven. Sound has its effect. The words you utter from your mouth will set the matrix of the crystalline structure of the water in your being. If it's doing it to the water, it's doing it to everything else as well. It's doing it to the cells in your liver, to the cells in your heart, to the cells in your brain.
Cells on the face.
Yeah, okay, all right. All the beauty women out there.
All people need to tell you every day. Right? What do you say to the skin?
You're beautiful. You're gorgeous. You're smooth. You're silky. And
that's the cheapest skin cream ever.
And it really works. So, so okay, we're going to leave you again with the great music of Edward Elgar. This
Get
is
on your cap and gown.
his pomp and ceremony. Let's all graduate.
We're gonna graduate today.
Yes! We're gonna graduate into our adulthood! Our serious, very serious adulthood! Let's go!
Okay.
Now they know this is our normal voice. We love each other because we had this in common.
Enjoy. Stand tall. Courageous. Graduate.